Guenther Family History The Old Wood Stove by Edward Guenther. October 1959. We had gone over to Aunt Mamie's and Uncle Heine's several times to watch TV. To the big people this was quite an invention, but for me, I'd rather have been outside on the country hillside. Prior to TV, our habit had been to gather round the old wood stove to listen to radio dramas. That stove was the center of the home before TV came into the house. Before school in the morning, we'd all gather round it for warmth. It had holes around the side, and you had to be careful because sometimes coals would pop out onto the wood floor. We'd smudge them out with a piece of wood, or roll them onto the thin metal sheet the stove sat on. Pa, he liked to burn the chimney out by getting a real hot fire going. He wasn't satisfied unless the stovepipe was red hot, up past the second elbow. Oftentimes we would be out of electricity, sometimes for quite a time. Like that time in 1968 when we got 3 feet of snow in one night. We knew it was 3 feet because it went over the yardstick that we had planted in the snow the night before. Pa had to shovel the roof for fear of its weight. I knew he had a fever because you should have seen how hot and red he got when Ma took his picture while he was trying to drive the car out of that big snowfall. It was days before he got out, but we kept on shoveling. Anyways, it was times like this we had to cook on the old wood stove. Once, in cold snowy weather, I put my frostbitten hands just a little too close to the hot stove, and you bet they hurt awful bad. Well, that old stove was the hub all right. When we got our first TV, Richie was on the roof holding the antenna, and Davy was in the bathroom, the window open to relay messages up and down. We watched that TV until the picture looked good. Then we'd send the message, "Hold it right there," to Rich, the antenna man. At first I think he was up there because he wanted to climb up on the roof. But after a while it seemed like he wasn't so happy as we were fiddling with all the tubes and dials. As we watched Lawrence Weld, I noticed the picture was lashing from one dancing to another. Pretty soon someone got smart and noticed that it was the same couple, but the picture screen was rolling. I guess the TV salesman had probably warned us about this, and somebody finally located the dial that balanced it out. And so, we had our first TV, with the shows Bonanza, Walt Disney, Gunsmoke, and Leave It to Beaver. Everybody sat around the TV now, instead of the old wood stove, but on a cold winter day with no electricity, you could still count on that old wood stove.